Hogwarts Legacy is getting a big update on June 6th, especially for non-PlayStation players. If you were waiting for that haunted Hogsmeade quest, yes, it's finally going to be available for everybody, but actually it seems that the update is much bigger and it's actually going to drop with a ton more, including photo mode, resetting talent points, and even some really awesome cosmetics. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. To start things off, we do have the new photo mode, which is a feature I've been waiting for a very long time. And it does seem to feature all the bells and whistles that you would expect and need from a photo mode. So it does have camera controls, depth of field, and all that kind of stuff. Also, it seems to include character pose control, as we can see the entry right here at the bottom. So I will commend Warner Brothers Games for also including this. This should make screen archery a lot easier with the characters we get to play with. I do hope that we get others as well. It does seem that this isn't the full list of controls we have, as there are at least a few more beneath that character pose, but we can't see it from the picture. Now, besides this, we get a second very awaited feature, which is resetting of the talent points. This is something that previously we weren't able to do at all. So once you progress with your character and invested those skill points, you are kinda locked in your decision unless you backtracked or went to a previous save file. Well, that's no longer gonna be the case. It's finally here. The only question now is, are we getting this via a potion, or can we reset those talent points at any time? I guess we're gonna wait and see until June 6th. Interesting enough, if you play it on the PC, there's actually a mod that does use a potion recipe to completely reset your skill points. So I do wonder if Warner Brothers also goes in that direction with this. It would definitely feel immersive if they did. But probably the most awaited feature of all, if you've been playing on other platforms but PlayStation, is of course that haunted Hogsmeade shop quest. And this is something that's now going to be available for all platforms. Previously, only PlayStation purchases would have this available on day one. It was actually a very good quest, actually one of the best in the entire game, and it's also a very lengthy one at that. So it takes about 45 minutes to an hour to fully complete this, and I believe it's an entire visual spectacle through and through. Like, definitely makes use of all the bells and whistles, all the crazy things that they have done so far in the game, but it kind of condenses all of that magic into one single quest. So very interesting the way things change in front of you and how the environment reacts to the way you move and the way it interacts with your spells. Plus, at the end of it, you also get access to a shop that you can't otherwise. You will, of course, have to start that mission right here in Hogsmeade, but that shop that you go through is also going to be the one that you unlock at the end of it. And it's going to give you the option to also sell some of your gear. I wish it also came with some other stuff, maybe even selling some of your other items like the creatures you captured, but it doesn't seem to work that way. Still pretty decent to just sell gear, and it's a bit closer to the teleport point. Besides this, we also have a bunch of new cosmetics. So one of them is going to be the Azkaban prisoner outfit and coat. It looks pretty interesting. It will fit pretty well, I guess, with the glasses that lived. Now, I'm not exactly sure if the glasses that lived have anything interesting to them. They just seem like normal glasses to me, but yeah, if you have any idea about them or if there's any lore behind this, do let me know down below in the comments. I would definitely love to see some crazy animations coming from some of these apparels as well in Hogwarts Legacy. Besides this, you already know about the Felix Felicis potion recipe that you would get from pre-ordering the game. It seems that with the update, you're going to get it as well. So this is called the Liquid Luck Potion, but in-game it functions in a way that it just shows you all the major treasure chests around you. So it's actually a very good way to hunt for them and not have to constantly ping the map and yeah, find them that way. It's going to also give you a ton of gear if you hold this. So if you go in Hogsmeade or if you go out there exploring, you can just pop one of these and then try to get as many of those chests as possible. Which is why I also recommend holding this off for when you're specifically hunting for those treasure chests and getting as much gear as possible. Besides this, the final two rewards include the Lavender Borealis broom, which is a very interesting broom with some nice purple shiny particle effects trail in the bag that you can get. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and use this. And you also get the former pre-order deluxe edition bonus Onyx Hippogriff mount, which was reserved to that deluxe edition if you bought it, yeah, back when the game launched. But you can now also get it as part of this update. Now, if you took a break from the game last year when everything was said and done, yeah, you probably missed out on that Merlin outfit, which at some point was tied to a Twitch campaign, which was only available during the times that Warner Brother Games was live streaming Hogwarts Legacy. Well, ever since the game came out on Switch, and specifically as of November 13th, 2023, you're gonna be able to get this outfit as well as a bunch of other cosmetics simply by launching the game up. So this also includes the Merlin outfit with the cloak and whatnot, but also the Professor outfit and all the other stuff that you will see right now via this announcement. But what happens with Hogwarts Legacy from this point on? What about any possible sequels? There's also that Quidditch game that was talked about before. Well, there's good and bad news on that side. So the good news is that the game absolutely smashed all records back in 2023, pretty much being the most sold game that year and one of the most sold games of all time, 25 million plus copies to date, which more than enough warrants at least a sequel to Hogwarts Legacy, though I'm not exactly sure what, the studio can even explore from this point on, but there were some interesting hints with other schools of magic similar to Hogwarts being talked about during the main story moments. But they could also do like a flash forward and maybe jump into more present times and maybe even cover some of the characters that we know from the movies and the books. But besides that, there's nothing really official on a possible sequel or Hogwarts Legacy 2, though we are kind of early for that to even be the case. That being said, there's still one thing that kinda gets me worried about the sequel, which is the fact that WB Games is kinda hell-bent to still invest into the live service formula. And I think that was their opinion previously when Hogwarts Legacy just came out and it was smashing records, but there's a chance that their opinion might have changed following the absolute disaster of the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. That game completely underperformed. It was an absolute disaster. Nobody plays it pretty much, and nobody even played it even on day one. So hopefully that made them rethink their strategy and focus a lot more on quality single player games. That, or it's possible that they'll just focus on the Quidditch game that was also in an alpha test phase last year. We also had a bunch of leaks back then, but obviously Warner Brothers came in and pretty much nuked everything out of the stratosphere, so you're not going to find much information on it online, besides the fact that you can also play with some of the characters from the movies and the books. So that also included a playable Harry Potter character. But besides that, I don't think they would have the audacity to go in and actually implement live service elements to the sequel of Hogwarts Legacy. I think that it's like 95% sure way that it's still going to be a single player game once it comes out, if it comes out. Anyway, that's pretty much it with the video. In the meantime, totally let me know down below, are you still playing Hogwarts Legacy even in 2024? And if you do, which of these new update features are you looking forward to the most? Thanks so much for watching, and until next time.